Hitting yourself. Well, speaking of which, should we play this Bernie clip?
We got a Bernie clip? Absolutely. I'd love to see my boy.
Clip number 9. It kind of ties into what we were just talking about. So
hit me with that Bernie clip, Brendan. Let's see it.
So remember when, you remember during the debate, right? When Trump was saying that Biden's Medicare for all, saying that Biden supported Medicare for all, saying he supported socialism, saying he's best friends with Bernie Sanders, et cetera, et cetera. And Biden's like, well, no, I beat the hell out of Bernie Sanders. Like, I don't think people deserve health care. Well, they asked Bernie about it on The View, and he had a very classy answer.
So 2 questions for you. President Trump tweeted this morning, and he said at the end of his tweet, he disrespected Bernie, effectively calling him a loser. So I ask you, were you disrespected last night in what Joe Biden said? And 2, is Joe Biden the Democratic Party right now?
Well, first of all, in terms of Trump, I know that Donald Trump loves me, and I know that Donald Trump supports everything that I believe in, and that's why he would send out that tweet out of compassion and concern for me. I know that, but you will excuse me if that may not quite be the case. Look, what that exchange was about was an interesting exchange, okay? Trump lied in saying that Biden supports my view. I happen to believe that I am right. I happen to believe that the United States should join every other major country on earth and guarantee health care to all people as a human right through a Medicare for all single-payer program. I absolutely believe that's right. I'm talking to you 50 miles away from the Canadian border where they do that. They spend half as much as we do per capita, yet they manage to guarantee health care to all people without any out-of-pocket expenses. That's my view. You know what? What Joe Biden said was right. He does not agree with me. So I wish he did, but he does not. Under his idea, under his plan, what he will do is, maintain employer-based health care. But this is what he will also do, which unfortunately he didn't get a chance to talk about. He will lower the age of Medicare eligibility, now at 65 down to 60. He will greatly expand health care to all people and lower the cost of prescription drugs. So what Trump said was, of course, a lie. I wish it were true, but it is not true.
Bernie's so good at doing this. Like, he really is watching that, man. What we would have seen if he was up there on the debate stage, man. It really is night and day with where they are in terms of, and where, Bernie, and then also Trump and Biden. Like, he's just so on top of it, for especially his age considered, because we're also talking about 2 other people who are also in his age range, who aren't where he is, with the capacity to explain things that way. Also, I want to point out, is Bernie growing some mutton chops? That's what it looks like, right? Bernie's growing in the mutton chops now.
Is he? And I'd look at that clip again.
Yeah. It's just kind of sad, and I don't know how this could have been done better, but the reason for Bernie in 2016 is because he wasn't the Democratic candidate, and he's running against Hillary, I guess, in sort of a loose fashion, like an alternative, right? Finally. In 2020, it would have been nice if somehow we could have got the understanding that he's the real anti-Trump candidate. He'll be the one that can actually go up there and respond to him in the way he needs responding to, that would help this country. And we didn't really get that, and we're all worse off for it. It is sad.
Yeah. It's almost painful to watch that clip and think about how well Bernie would have done against Trump in that debate, and how he would have just dealt with every single shitty lie that he told. And he's threading a difficult needle in this clip, right? Because on the one hand, he disagrees with Biden on most things. He knows that Biden is not going to support any of the reforms that we need to actually provide a decent life for everyone in this country. On the other hand, he knows that Trump is worse, and he's making the case. He's reiterating what he believes in and what he's going to keep on saying till the day that he dies. at the same time that he's like, but still Biden is better. Like he's doing them so many favors after they treated him like crap. Like he is such a good guy.
Right. I mean, that is literally what he was doing. He was basically saying, no, guys, he was speaking to the left and he was saying, no, I'm still here. I'm still here fighting for those things. If you still support me, that person who you supported is still here. But I'm at this point right now where we are, I see Biden as the person who agrees with most of what we agree. So I'm voting for Biden. I'm supporting Biden. You should come along with me, being that I'm still your guy. And it's, it's a great way to put things to people who need that push, to be quite honest. And that's who he's talking to.
And like, I think Trump thinks more of those people are there that really need that push. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think most people, apart from like a few Twitter accounts that make hay off of this, get what Bernie is at on this thing and why none of this is a surprise. And like Bernie saying this is the most predictable thing possible, regardless of what the Dems did, because I think Bernie is fully aware of what the Democratic Party is, maybe better than anybody. Yeah.
Right. I mean, this is the messaging that I try to have with people too. Like, the Democrats suck. We need to go a lot further than that. They are our enemies on many levels, and they are still slightly better than the alternative. So
the enemy of your enemy is your friend.
We can, I mean, not always, but in this instance.
Temporarily, for the next 34 days. I mean, honestly, this is honestly how I've really felt hearing some people still, and it's fine to criticize them. I'm talking about the people who are still going full bore as if they're attacking the more mainstream establishment Dems, again, 30 some odd days outside the election, as if we're in the primary still. Let's keep our eyes on the ball right now. Come on. It's fine to criticize where they screw up. Definitely the coronavirus response, still hit them on that. But,
I just want to say, if the sum total of your, like, the attitude you're conveying is going to depress the election right now, and you're not collecting a check from the Republicans, you should shut up or recognize what you're doing.
Yeah, and Trump is definitely trying to depress the left when he says stuff like this.
100%.
It's like he's got a low cunning, right? Like he's leading Biden into a trap. I mean, it would be great if Biden were a better candidate and if he supported these things, because it would get more people to vote for him, but he doesn't. So Trump says, oh, you support Medicare for all. He says no. And then he's like, oh, got you. Now all the Bernie people aren't going to vote for you. Like, it's so dumb. Yeah. Like, this is one thing I've come to realize when trying to make predictions about what's going to happen in this election cycle or in general. Like, whatever the dumbest scenario you can think of is, like, it's probably that, but it's going to be even dumber.
Well, Trump actually, interestingly, I don't even know if it was him or so his campaign, even realized their strategy the left is different than in 2016 too. In 2016, Trump was all about trying to win over some Bernie people by trying to say, oh yeah, we agree on, TPP and, I'm anti-establishment. This time around, he's not even trying to he knows that the left isn't going to go to him. This time around, it's literally just all about how Biden doesn't appease you guys. You shouldn't vote at all.
Yep.
He's not trying to win them over anymore. Yeah. For sure.
So much for that right-wing populism we keep seeing promised. I keep seeing certain media figures saying, you know what, maybe Trump will actually turn from this nativism to economic populism. Well, weird. Hasn't happened.